Welcome to Minecraft Detective Mystery Adventure Storytelling in Chapter 2. In this episode, join Melisa in this thrilling Minecraft storytelling adventure as she embarks on a journey to uncover a hidden secret that could change the lives of the Luner sisters. After witnessing a robbery and discovering clues about a potential secret will, Melisa decides to dig deeper into the mysterious case surrounding Jona Clow and the fortune he left behind. As she navigates the world of river levels, Melisa uncovers twists and turns, while trying to make sense of the enigmatic will. Will she find the answers she's looking for? Let's continue the story. The red convertible sped along the dirt road. Melisa grinned horridly. "I'm worried I'm surpassing as far as possible," she thought. Yet, I nearly wish an officer would stop me. Then I could see him what has been going on with the unfortunate Luner sisters. Melisa watched the tire marks which the van driven by the hoodlums had clearly made in the country road. In any case, a couple of miles farther on a sensation of consternation came over her. She had arrived at an angular convergence of two parkways. The two streets were cleared, and since no tire impressions should have been visible, Melisa didn't know which roadway the hoodlums had taken. "Goodness dear," she murmured. "Presently how will I respond?" Melisa presumed that her smartest move is take the street which prompted waterway levels. There was a state police sleeping enclosure only a couple of miles ahead. "I'll stop there and report the robbery." She continued to search for the van, which she reviewed as charcoal dim. "I wish I'd seen the permit number or the name of the firm that claims the van," Melisa told herself sadly. The point when she arrived at State Police Base Camp, Melisa acquainted herself with Commander Ramsey and told about the burglary, giving what pitiful data she could about the suspects. The official vowed to convey a caution promptly for the hoodlums and their charcoal dim moving van. Melisa proceeded with her process home, thinking about the Luners and their concerns. "I can't help thinking about why Mr. Jona Clow passed on the entiretives of his cash to the Ams, and none to his other relatives. For what reason would he change his have cared? Those Ams are wealthy and don't require cash as much as the Luners." Melisa didn't know rich Ams, yet she was familiar with his significant other, as well as his daughters. They were haughty and irrational, and loathed by quite a few people of the business people around. Vella and Belle had been disagreeable in secondary school. They had discussed of cash and social position, making themselves extremely unpalatable to different understudies. "I wonder," Melisa supposed, in the event that a way can't be found so the Luners could get a portion of the Clow cash, "I'll ask father." After 10 minutes, Melisa maneuvered into the twofold carport and rushed across the yard to the kitchen entry of the Dawn's enormous white block house. The structure stood well back from the road and was encircled by tall, wonderful trees. "Hi, Melisa," welcomed the wonderful, somewhat full lady who opened the entryway. She was Anna Gruel, servant for the Dawns, who had helped back Melisa since the passing of the young lady's mom numerous years past. Melisa gave her an embrace, then inquired, "Father's home? I see his vehicle is in the carport. Your dad's in the family room and supper will be prepared shortly." Melisa went to express welcome to her tall, attractive dad, then rushed to clean up and brush her hair before the three who framed the attracted family plunked down to supper. During the dinner, Melisa related her experience of the evening. "What precarious cheats!" Anna Gruel burst out. "Gracious, I hope the police catch them." "They absolutely exploited those Luner sisters," Mr. Dawn remarked. "Neri and Lena are in monetary challenges," Melisa remarked. "Isn't it a disgrace that Jona Clow didn't hand down a portion of his home to the Luners and different family members who need the cash?" Nelson Down grinned lovingly at his lone youngster, then said, "Okay, it is, Melisa. However, except if a will reviewed later turns, that is the manner in which it must be." "The Luners think there is another will," Melisa told him. Couldn't it be brilliant in the event that it tends to be found? I concur, shouted out Anna. It's notable around that Mrs. Ames and her little girls were cruel to Jona Clow for quite a while before he passed. Their reason was that Jona's erraticisms were very trying. The Ames have never been noted for any magnanimous tendencies, Mr. Dawn saw cheerfully. Nonetheless, they gave Jona a home, simply because they realized he planned to pass on the entirety of his cash to them, said Anna. On the off chance that I'd been Jona, I could not have possibly remained there, the maid murmured. Yet, when individuals go downhill, they could do without change. Furthermore, presumably he set up with things as opposed to move. She said the treatment the Ames had concurred old Jona Clow had excited a lot of ominous remark all through stream levels. Melisa had not known him actually. However, she had frequently seen the old man in the city. Subtly, she had viewed him as a fairly decent, compassionate individual. His better half had kicked the bucket during a flu pestilence, and after that he had made his home with different family members. As indicated by bits of gossip, this large number of individuals had conceded that he had paid his board and offered numerous courtesies to them. They thus had been exceptionally kind to him, and however unfortunate themselves, had attempted to make Jona Clow agreeable and cheerful. Let me know all that you are familiar, Mr. Clow, Melisa asked her dad. The attorney said that the elderly person had openly announced he planned to give in his will to a few meriting family members and companions. Then, 3 years before his passing, the Ames family, who had never shown an interest in him, had encountered an unexpected shift in perspective. They had asked Jona Clow to make his home with them, and finally he had agreed. Soon after he moved into the Ames house, Mr. Don was informed that the elderly person had chosen to pass on the entirety of his cash to them. Mr. Clow, however flopping in well-being, kept up with a solid grasp on life. However, as time went on, he ended up being increasingly troubled. He kept on living with the Ames, yet it was murmured regarding that he habitually got away to visit his different family members and companions, and that he planned to change his will in the future. Then that point, there should be a later will, Melisa said ideally. Mr. Dawn gestured and went on. On one occasion, Jona Clow turned out to be fundamentally sick. Not long before his passing, he endeavoured to impart something to the specialist who went to him. Yet his words, other than will, were indiscernible. After the memorial service, just a single became visible, giving the whole fortune to the Ames. Father, do you guess Mr. Crowley was attempting to inform a specialist something concerning another will, which he had put where the Tophams couldn't track down it? Nancy inquired. Probable, the legal counsellor answered. Likely he planned to pass on his cash to family members who had been caring to him. However, destiny tricked him of the open door. Do you think anyone has searched for another will? Melisa addressed. I don't have the foggiest idea. Yet, I'm certain of this. In the event that another will appears, rich Ames will battle it. The bequest is an extensive one, I comprehend, and they aren't the sort of individuals to share favourable luck. Might the current will at any point be challenged? Melisa inquired. I hear that different family members have documented a case, proclaiming they were informed one more will had been made in support of themselves. However, except if it is found, I question that the matter will at any point go further. However, the Ames don't merit the fortune, Anna Gruhl commented. What's more, they needn't bother with the cash. It doesn't appear to be fair. It may not appear to be fair, yet it is legitimate, Mr. Dawn told her, and I'm apprehensive there is no hope about the circumstance. Unfortunate Lucy and her aunties, said Melisa. There are others impacted similarly, her dad commented. For example, 2 young ladies who live on the Stream Street. I don't have a clue about their names. I comprehend they were not connected with Mr. Clow, however were extraordinary top picks of his. They are having a battle and could utilize some additional cash. Melisa passed into quiet. She genuinely believed that a secret prowled behind the Clow case. "Father, don't you accept Jona Clow made a subsequent will?" Melisa addressed unexpectedly. "You sound like a preliminary legal counselor. The manner in which you question me." Mr. Dawn dissented, yet with obvious delight. "To come clean, Melisa, I don't have the foggiest idea what to think. However, something happened which could show that Mr. Clow somewhere around planned to make another will." "If it's not too much trouble, go on," Melisa asked fretfully. "Indeed, on one occasion almost a year prior, I was in the primary public bank when Clow came in with Larry Toss, the lawyer who spends significant time in wills and other domain matters." Melisa asked, "Indeed." I had zero desire to pay attention to their discussion. However, I couldn't resist the urge to hear a couple of words that made me think they were examining a will. Clow planned to call at Toss office the next day. "Goodness!" cried Melisa enthusiastically. "That looks like Mr. Clow had made another will, doesn't it? Yet for what reason didn't Mr. Toss express something about it at the hour of Mr. Clow's demise?" "For one of many reasons," Mr. Dawn answered. "In any case, he might in all likelihood never have drawn another will for Mr. Clow. Furthermore, regardless of whether he had, the elderly person could have altered his perspective once more and destroyed it." Once more, before Melisa talked, she completed the heavenly apple pudding which Anna had made. Then she checked her dad out. "Father, Mr. Toss is a close buddy of yours, right?" "Indeed. A close buddy and school cohort." "Then kindly inquire as to whether he at any point drew up a will for Mr. Clow, or knows whatever could tackle this secret." "That is a somewhat sensitive inquiry, young woman. He might let me know it's not my issue to worry about." "You realize he will not. You're such old buddies who'll comprehend the reason why you're taking a unique interest for this situation. Will you make it happen? If it's not too much trouble. I realize you like to assist with people who are in a difficult situation," her dad said. "I guess I could welcome Mr. Toss to eat with me tomorrow." "Wonderful," Melisa hinted anxiously. "That would be a mind-blowing and open door to figure out what he is familiar with a later will." "Okay. I'll attempt to organize a date. What about going along with us?" Melisa's face illuminated as she said, "Gracious, thank you, Father. I very much want to. I trust it tends to be tomorrow, so we will not need to burn through any time attempting to track down another will." Mr. Dawn grinned. "We?" he said. "You mean you could attempt to track down a secret will if Mr. Clow thought of one?" "I may." Melisa's eyes shone in anticipation. Tune in to this exciting new series full of suspense, mystery, and clever thinking. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to follow along with Melisa's journey and see how the case unfolds. Hit the bell to stay updated on all my Minecraft mysteries and adventures. Thank you for staying. See you in the next chapter.